Hey, it's your guy Tyrrell back with the interviews. Things are looking different at Arsenal Football Club this season. No Arsene Wenger, hello Unai Emery, no Jack Wilshere, no Champions League football, and most importantly, they've done great transfer business to start the summer. The biggest signing thus far, Lucas Torreira. Will he fit in at Arsenal? Did they make the right move to get him? And what will he bring to the Emirates? Don't worry, here at the interviews, we've got you covered. So on this edition of the interviews, we're going to break down Lucas Torreira. Arsenal have quietly had a great transfer window to start the summer. Leno, Socrates, Lichtsteiner come to mind, but the big signing here is Lucas Torreira. We saw him at the World Cup shining for Uruguay, playing at the base of that midfield. Arsenal have been lacking a player of this mold for a very long time. When we look at it, we expect him to sit at the deepest role for Arsenal as well, looking to protect the back line, looking to cut him across. We'll get to him in a second, but Arsenal haven't had this player that in a very long time. When you think about players that fit this mold, we think about Santi Cazorla. He was there for his passing. You think about Mikel Arteta, there to set the base of the attack. Arsenal have been lacking that type of player, and they're going to get that here with Lucas Torreira. We saw for Uruguay, he obviously played in a different position. They played more of a 4-4-2 diamond, so he was in behind a lot of midfield ball controllers. He'll probably have that freedom again when he plays for Arsenal. Torreira likes to sit deep. You'll see him shift over to protect his fullbacks, come across. He's also good at tracking out the number 10s. We saw him play a big role for them against France, even though they lost. He was looking to cover Griezmann for Portugal. When you saw him cover Ronaldo, brush him off, go on to Bernardo Silva, go on to Guedes. That's what they're going to need from this player. When you think about players that fit that role right now, El Neni could obviously play there, but you don't expect him to play there for the entire season if Arsenal are supposed to challenge for the top 4 or a Premier League title. Maitland-Niles, a bit too young. They tried with the shock experiment under Wenger. That didn't go down well. Now with Torreira, they have a base. What they do with that, who knows? Because it looks like with Unai Emery coming in, they're going to play a 4-3-3. So if you have Torreira here, what do you have in midfield? You could go with Xhaka just beside him. That would allow Xhaka to play his passes, dictate the tempo of the game from deep. If they don't want to go there, they can have Mesut Ozil drop a bit deeper into midfield, who can also help, because you don't really know how he's going to fit into Arsenal's system in a 4-3-3. Usually Emery likes wide attackers. You would think Aubameyang would fit into that role. You would think perhaps they go with Mkhitaryan play into that role as well. If they do go with a 4-2-3-1, you can see El Neni shift over, have Ozil playing as the 10, but it looks like Ramsey's going to play a key role in this side, so you can't leave him out. So perhaps Ramsey plays as that 10, or if anything, Ramsey plays as a shuttler, and this really helps Arsenal going forward, because Aaron Ramsey's best seasons have been when he's had a player that could sit deep in midfield, kind of protect the back line, set the tempo, break up play. Torreira could do all that. When we think about his World Cup, the thing that we haven't really seen from him is the ability to play passes into between the lines, play forward passes, try to get Arsenal breaking forward. That's what they're going to need from him here. We saw a lot of passes out to the fullbacks, a lot of slow passes, kind of switching play. Does he have that long range of passing? Will that force Xhaka back into the side? Because when you look at Torreira now, obviously he has all the defensive qualities that perhaps they could have got from N'Golo Kante in 2016 before he joined Chelsea. Here now, another problem that you could say with him is that he's a bit small, but we've seen Mikel Arteta and Santi Cazorla in that diminutive frame, so that shouldn't be an issue for them there. Like I said, when they press from the front, they're going to be a very high pressing side. Torreira used to doing that for Uruguay as well, breaking up play. He's aggressive. He never really loses his position. He sticks in the center of the pitch. Runners, he keeps going from side to side. If runners are going towards him, he's able to break in and be that feisty player that Arsenal have lacked for several years. That is key for what Arsenal are trying to do going forward. Yes, we know that they have the attacking flair to beat teams on their day, but it's always been about the defensive solidity. It's always been about the balance in midfield. if he could stay fit, if he could play to the level that we've seen him play for at Sampdoria, for Uruguay, this will be a great signing for Arsenal based on the fact that, one, he's a good passer. He could set the tempo. He could play passes. He could ensure that they retain possession. Two, great ball winner, great positional sense, stays in that center of the pitch, protects the back four, allows the fullbacks to get forward, ensures that they can drop into a back three if they're looking to play out the back. Four, he can ensure that the other players such as Ozil, if he does play in that midfield, such as Xhaka, who hasn't really been able to show his passing quality in midfield, or such as Ramsey, who has had his best seasons for Arsenal when he has a deep liar, or a player positionally set to sit a bit deeper so he could break forward and join the attack. And it looks like Arsenal have really done a good job. The only team that's probably outdone them this transfer window of the top six is Liverpool, but Arsenal look to be heading in the right direction to finish in the top four, or perhaps go one bit further. But it starts with Torreira in midfield, and going forward, if they could add a few more players, that would really help. But as long as they have that bite, that tenacity, that ball winner who could ensure that they have that balance in midfield, the sky is the limit for Arsenal this season. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Tyrrell is a good signing? Do you think he will be a Premier League flop? And can he help Arsenal reach their goals this season? Top four, perhaps challenge for the title? Let me know. Meet me in the comments below. Don't forget I upload videos every day, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And that was your daily dose of the interviews.